Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, today we're diving into the absolute ultimate beginner's guide to collecting information effortlessly. Look, if you've ever needed to gather feedback, run a quick quiz, or organize an event, but felt completely overwhelmed by the technical side of things, or maybe just buried under a mountain of messy email replies, you are in the exact right place. We're going to transform you from staring at a blank screen to achieving total data mastery using Google Forms. And I promise, you won't need a single drop of technical experience to get there. So here's our logical roadmap for today. We'll meet Google Forms, create your first survey, choose question types, send your form, and finally, manage those responses. Let's jump right in. Section 1. Meet Google Forms. Before we really get into the how, it's absolutely crucial we understand the why. Simply put, Google Forms is this free online survey creation program living right inside the Google Suite. It is literally your go-to tool when you need to ask questions, quiz people, and most importantly, easily gather data in a super organized way. But beyond just making basic questionnaires and quizzes, there are a few core functions that make this tool just incredibly powerful. First off, because it's cloud-based, it automatically and constantly saves your files online. You literally never have to remember to hit save again. Goodbye, lost work. It also lets you collaborate in real time, so you and a teammate can edit a survey at the exact same time. And as we're going to see later, it effortlessly exports your responses directly to Google Sheets for some advanced analysis. Section 2, creating your first survey. Okay, now that we know what it does, let's actually get that first survey built. Getting a form open is a breeze. It takes just 4 simple steps. First, navigate over to your Google Drive or just head straight to forms.google.com. Second, click that big New button, select More, and then click Google Forms. Third, it's going to ask if you want to start from a completely blank form or use a pre-built template. And finally, don't forget to click the file name box in the upper left corner. You want to give your file a name and control exactly where it saves in your drive. Now, if you're ever short on time or maybe just lacking a little inspiration, the template gallery is absolutely your best friend. It comes completely preloaded with templates. We're talking event RSVPs, contact info forms, even a find a time scheduler. And they're all filled with sample questions you can just quickly edit to fit your exact needs. It's a real time saver. Once your form is open, well, you want it to look the part, right? By clicking the little paint palette icon up on the toolbar, that's the Customize Theme button, you open up a whole world of design options. Grounding this in the real world, themes are basically how you tailor the visual design to your specific audience. You can easily change fonts, pick a custom color scheme, or even upload your own custom header image so it perfectly matches your company logo or event branding. Section 3, choosing question types. All right, we've got our form looking great, but now we're going to slow the pace down just a little bit because this is where your strategy really comes into play. I really want you to ask yourself this crucial question as you build. Do you want your respondents to actively type out their own answers, or do you want them to just choose from a supplied list? The more you know about the specific data you actually want to receive, well, the easier it is to choose the exact right tools to capture it. Google Forms actually offers 11 different types of questions. Let's chunk the most useful ones to start with. Short answer allows for brief typing and even lets you throw in a really helpful other option. Drop-downs let respondents choose one option from a set. And strategically, they take up way less visual space on the screen than a giant list of multiple choice buttons. Then there's Upload Files. This is an incredible feature where respondents can submit actual documents directly to you. Just keep in mind, this does require them to sign into a Google account, and it will use a little bit of your Google Drive storage space. Let's level up a bit and look at some more complex types. The linear scale is absolutely perfect for rating systems. Think customer satisfaction surveys where people rate you from 1 to 10, complete with custom text labels for the low and high ends, so there's absolutely no confusion. And then the multiple choice grid takes things a step further. It creates this matrix format where respondents can select one specific answer per row. It's really excellent for grouping a bunch of similar questions all together. Section 4, sending your form. Okay, your questions are perfectly structured. Let's transition into the action phase of the life cycle, which is actually getting this form into people's hands. So here's a crucial point, and honestly, a super common beginner misconception. We need to clearly separate sharing from sending. Think of sharing as inviting co-builders into the kitchen. You're adding collaborators who can edit the form alongside you behind the scenes. Sending, on the other hand, well, that's serving the final meal to your guests. Sending is how you distribute the finished form to your target audience to gather their actual responses. When you're finally ready to hit send, Google gives you 4 primary avenues. You can email it directly, you can copy a direct link, and yeah, you can absolutely use sites like TinyURL or Bitly to shorten that long link if you're throwing it on a flyer. You can generate HTML code to embed it seamlessly right onto an existing website, or you can just share it directly to social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. Now, while email is by far the most common method, there is a secret pro tip you really need to know before you click send. Always, and I mean always, hit the preview button. It looks like a little eye icon right at the top of your screen. Test out your own form. Fill it out with practice responses, just to ensure the logic and the flow completely make sense before it goes live to your actual audience. Section 5, Managing and Analyzing Responses. The form is out in the wild, people are answering. This is where we finally reach the reward phase, managing and analyzing all that beautiful data. Back in your editable form view, right next to your Questions tab, you're going to see the Responses tab. Notice that handy little number right there on the tab itself? That instantly tells you exactly how many people have fully completed your survey. It gives you real-time feedback without even having to click into it. Now, once you do click into that Responses tab, you've got 3 distinct ways to view the incoming data. The Summary view automatically builds these gorgeous charts and graphs to help you visualize overall trends. The Question view lets you look at everyone's answers to just one specific question at a time, and then the Individual view lets you scroll through one single person's entire submission from top to bottom. Plus, and this is great, there's a simple toggle switch that lets you turn off responses completely. That is an absolute lifesaver when you need to enforce a strict deadline. But hey, if you want to take your data mastery to the absolute maximum level, look for that green Sheets icon. This allows you to export your live responses directly into Google Sheets. It creates this awesome one-way connection that automatically logs every single submission with a precise date and timestamp. Once your data is in Sheets, you unlock the full power of spreadsheet magic. We're talking custom charts, deep filtering, complex formulas, the whole shebang. And the best part? Any new form submissions will just continue to automatically populate right at the bottom of that spreadsheet. So there you have it. We've gone from a completely blank screen to organizing live, actionable data. You now have the full roadmap to master Google Forms. But remember, a tool is really only as powerful as the questions you ask with it. So, in a world completely driven by information, what hidden insights are you going to uncover first? Thanks so much for exploring this with me.